可以吗？你这里看到没有？有了是吗？听到声音吗？有没有听到？可以哈，声音蛮清楚的。Now, gonna wait for a few minutes.这样的。Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Let's begin today's lesson. We're gonna finish this unit. Basically, the title of the unit is 大道. 道 basically last time Elaine explained basically means the way or the order of everything, of the universe, basically. And so this unit is actually very philosophical. It actually explained the ancient Chinese wisdom. Okay, so let's begin. So the first one we're going to talk about, 化. 化 means change, basically. Means change, turn over into something else. So it can mean materially change. So the 化学叫什么? Chemistry, okay? And chemistry in Chinese called 化学, the science of change. Literally, that's what that phrase means. Science of change means chemistry, and also extended to change of basically everything, like education, use persuading someone, also physically, not chemical reaction, but physically dissolve something into a liquid or gas. All those are using this word, and because there has a dissolving meaning, so further extended to things like dissolve, digest, eliminate, get rid of, that kind of extended meaning. Okay. And next one, 句. This one usually used as an adjective, means great, huge, superior. Okay, this is not a complicated one. So we will look at the original character. This one does not have an entry. No, yes. Okay, so this one, it's the original meaning is actually it's a ruler for making stuff. So the original text is a person holding onto a ruler of some sort to making stuff. Okay, so that's what this original meaning, but somehow they turn into like making this like big things. Okay, next one, 幻. 幻 means magically, unreal, imaginary, illusory, anything that is not material, feels like not material, imaginary, that unstable, but also like feel magical, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is it's opposite of material, fact, things like that. All right, next one. 虚. 虚 means emptiness, void. Then also means for your emotional state. That means timid, or your attitude means indifferent. For example, indifferent to fame or gain, indifferent to social status, and that's we often use that like 虚心. That means actually modest. They also extended to mean exhausted. Basically, you lack of energy, lack of health, that kind of thing. Okay, so it is opposite of fullness, strong, energetic. Okay. 谎. Huang means suddenly, seems. So these things, it's as if, that kind of thing. All of a sudden, that kind of meaning. Who in a trance. Basically, this is similar meaning as Huang. So these two words often we put them together. We use them together. Huang, who. So here in this context, they're also put together. Okay. I think if you open up this, you see that Huang, who. That's the only one. Okay. And then this one, these two character, they don't. Hardly they combine with any other character to making a phrase. You can do say Huang Hu, you can say Huang Ran. That's but not many. All right, next one. Chen. Chen means become, finished. Become this completed, finished. So basically, these two meanings. It means that you are doing something, you're making something. Talk about that process, but the focus is on the end of it. It's the completion of it. Okay, so that's 成. 象. 象. First one is it's the animal, elephant. It's the elephant. And then the other meaning is form, shape. Form, shape, image. That kind of thing. Okay, something that you can see, called 象. So basically, it's two meaning. One is it's the name for that animal. The other one is talk about the form, shape, image that you can see. Okay, so the whole sentence, and the whole sentence says 画具换虚. 画具换虚. 画 means change, make something to turn something into something else. Okay, now 画具 means you want to change something huge. Okay, change something huge into what? Into 换虚. 换 means imaginary, not real, right? And 虚 means empty, voice, nothing, weak, that kind of thing. So 画具换虚 means you turn something big, strong, immense, into something not real, into something that's imaginary, into something that seems empty, void, and so basically into something big and strong, into nothingness and weak and void. Okay, and then 恍惚成像 means something that you can't see, it's very blurry, you're not sure what it is, and change that into some imagery. Okay, some image that you can see, something that some form and shape that you can discern and you can see. Okay, so this sentence talk about you turn something that is solid, that you can you feel material, into something opposite, which is like only exists in your imagination. And the latter part of the sentence talk about the opposite change. You change something that is imaginary, that is not real, into something more solid and more specific, and with real structure and that you can see. Okay, next one. 强. 强 means strong, forceful. Then also from that extend to strong, powerful, firm, that kind of thing. And then this word you can use positively, you can also use negatively. Okay, so the character itself is neutral. You can also use in a negative connotation to mean like brutal, unreasonable, violent, things like that. Basically, it's basically just powerful, very strong. Okay, and then also can be used as a verb to mean reinforce, to mean strengthen, and also can be used as a noun. That means a powerhouse, a strong one, things like that. So in Chinese, it's in English, oftentimes words that to use as an adjective, used as a noun, as a verb. Oftentimes the word changes its form. But in Chinese, because it's a picture, so the form does not change. It's exactly the same, but it can be an adjective, it can be a noun, or it can be a verb. So exactly what it is, it depends on the how it's used in the sentence. Okay, next one. 抢. So this one has a pronunciation, has 3 pronunciations. Next one is 抢. That means force, strive. Okay, to do with difficulty. And so this is a verb, means that you get it done with great effort. Okay, or you got it done, barely get it done. Okay, so that kind of meaning. And next one means 犟. 犟 means stubborn, and then defiantly. Okay, so this is talk about an attitude of a person. Okay, 固. 固 means solid, firm, and then use as an adjective means solid. Use as a verb means stabilize, solidify, strengthen, and then adjective, firmly, resolutely, surely, and then also can be used as to mean originally, of certainly, for sure, that kind of meaning. 零. 零, you can see the left part is a 2 dot. Basically, we talked about before. Every time you see this 2 dot, that means related to ice or cold. Okay, so this word, this character, first meaning is literally means ice, and then another one, other meaning is place oneself above, so bully, insult, that kind of meaning, and also have meaning of soar. You are like flying over something, and also you said press on forward, that kind of thing. It's also a surname. Let's look at I forgot to look at the word characters. Okay, so you can see this two anchored lines, so which basically means this is broken ice in the on the water, right? And then the right part, it means there's a feet, there's a foot, and there's a mountain. And so I guess this means you are like passing over the cold water, like over to the mountain, maybe something like that. So that means that you're passing over something. Ruo, it means weak, feeble, infirm, reduce, and then use as a verb to mean reduce, weaken. So to make it weak, feeble, and infirm. So let's look at how. So this one, the picture is about two bows put together. Okay, two bows together. Now, the interesting about that is it's these three little short lines. That means the bow is loose. Okay, bow is very loose. And so that means that that's weak, okay, not strong, because a strong bow should have great tension, right? Great tension for this line, but this line is not. It has it's very loose, and so use that kind of picture to mean weakened, weak. Okay. 柔, supple, soft, tender, and flexible, gentle, weak, delicate. And so basically it's the opposite of strong. Okay, it's the opposite of 强, the one just we discussed. Okay, and then we look at the original word. This is a so this is means something that sprout from a tree branch. Okay, to mean soft, supple, and weak, because any little tiny branch sprout out of the tree is very weak. Okay, and very tender. So that's the original character, and you can see that literally it's a tree, and then the tree, you see the bottom part is the tree, and the top part is a picture of something sprouting out of that tree. Okay. E means also, again, and both, and. So this is a connecting word to make a structure of a sentence. So let's see. I'm curious about how they. Okay, so this is. Oh, this is the original meaning, means talk about the armpit of a person. Okay, yeah, the originally it means the armpit of a person, two armpit of a person, and because it's everybody has two armpits, and so later on to use this word to mean and, to mean again, to mean also. Okay. because armpit is symmetrical and identical, things like that. Okay. 制 means make, create, and also means drawn up, draft. So basically you're making something, either making something real, something material, or inventing some plans, draft drawings, things like that. And also the second meaning is overpower, controlling, place a restriction on something. Okay, and the third meaning is system, order. Okay, system, order, that kind of thing. The fourth meaning is about refer to a style, dimension. For example, we refer to the standard system and the international standard, which is the metrics system, and then the American and still use the standard, quarters, things like that, pound, but most of countries in the world we use the metric system, right? Okay, so and then that in Chinese they use this. We call it 英制, which is the British system, and then 公制 means the common system, which is the metric system. So let's look at that. So this one is a depicting a tree and a knife. Okay, so which means that this is where this meaning make come from, which means that the tree is grown, a grown tree. Okay, so that's why this the tree part has two more branches to mean that's a mature tree. And then you have a knife or axe on the side to mean that you're kind of to cut the tree down to make stuff. Okay, so that's the character, where the character come from. Gang means hard, firm. Also talk about person as outspoken and upright. It also means powerful. The second meaning is different. It means barely, just now, or just right, or as soon as. Okay, so this is basically two basic meanings. And let's look at the picture. So this depicting two things. On the left side is a net. On the right side is a knife. So the meaning is using a knife to cut out the net, to mean that is hard, it's firm. So the hard things to cut out the soft things, right? So this means like strong, firm, that kind of thing. Okay, so to mean the opposite of weak, weakened, soft, feeble, things like that. Okay, so let's go back. And so this sentence, 强固凌弱. Okay, so this means the strong certainly will bully the weak. Okay, so this is what means. The strong ones certainly, oftentimes, and most likely, to bully someone weak. Okay, 强固凌弱. However, the weak, the feeble, the soft ones also can overpower, can subdue something hard, something strong, something powerful. Okay, and so this is the ancient Chinese wisdom when they observe how the world works, how the physical world, how the natural world works, and how people in society behave, how the history evolved, and they realize that everything in the world, they don't usually go just one direction. Okay, everything actually can turn around, becoming its opposite. That is actually the very basic operating rules of the world. Okay, so this is so in very old time, the Chinese already developed dialectical materialism, and they believe firmly that everything has an opposing side, and this opposing side can turn into each other. Okay, there's a nothing like the bigger the better. Okay, so in American psyche, oftentimes they think about it like the bigger the better, the stronger the better. They always think pursue extreme. Okay, pursue extreme. But in the Chinese belief, the Chinese philosophy, they think, no, you don't go to the extreme end. In that position, it's far from perfect. The best position, the most beneficial position, is actually right in the middle. Okay, not too much left, not too much right, and not too high, not too low, but just right in the middle. So I think this is actually it's very much very high level of wisdom. So if you talk about for example, like any life, right? Any life, there's a state called what? Homeostasis, which basically any life wanted to maintain a state of balance, and every time that balance is destroyed or disturbed, either to the like too excited or too depressed, and the life will adjust it, adapt or make itself or trying to go to the opposite. Okay, the reason for that is they're always trying to go back to the middle. Okay, to achieve homeostasis, and so in society, actually it's the same way. Always try to go back to a peaceful, harmonious state. Okay, because in that state, the society is most comfortable, most efficient. People are most happy. Okay, it's not like you want to go to the extreme. Like often, if you do that, it will destroy the harmony of the society. For example, if you pursue like extreme wealth, that sort of thing. Okay, you pursue extreme power, whether it's military or political power, then you are going away from that societal homeostasis, and then by the nature of itself, there would be a force to bring that back into the middle. Okay, and so this sentence is basically is talk about that kind of philosophy. Okay, next one. 终 means end, finish, and then of course extended to mean death or die. It's also to mean complete, and then extended to mean all, entire, whole, throughout. For example, 终身, 终身 means entire life. Okay, and then to mean from start to finish. Okay, and then from that sometimes to mean often. Okay, because you do that happen all the time. Okay, so this is 终. Let's see how this character is. Oh, this is interesting. So the character that originally invented that carved into turtle shell, it basically is a rope and has two ties at each end, to mean the complete year or complete something. I guess this is very old, in very ancient time. Remember things, so when they start, they tie a knot at one end of the rope. Okay, then they do something, and then at the end of doing that thing, and they will tie another tie at the other end to make it a completion, to make it complete. And so they use that to basically draw that drawing to mean you complete it in entirety, that meaning. But somehow that very simple character turned into something complicated. I think what happened is the left side part. This is to mean thread. Okay, to mean thread. Anything that is made out of thread or related to thread or fiber to use to make clothes is using that symbol, that left side. Okay, and the right side is, we learned that character. That means winter. Okay, 冬. So this is originally it's a pictorial word, but later it become the second way of making character, which basically one part to mean what it is, the second part is to indicate its pronunciation. Okay, so I think that's how it involved. 极 means a highest position. It's a top position, or means extremity, extremely, exceedingly, utmost, very. Basically, it's talk about extreme or extreme end of things. Okay, or the very end of something, that is the end of the pole. Okay. So this looks like okay, this looks like it's a person, a huge person standing in between heaven and earth. It actually, the head reaches heaven, and 2 feet is standing on the earth. And so to being that extreme, like that's as far as you can imagine someone to reach, right? To reach heaven and to all the way reach from earth to heaven. Okay, to me that it's very interesting. Okay, so later that they like the character before, they bring in another character. Okay, another character which is in the right side. This one to mean it's to me it's pronunciation, I think. Yeah, okay. B. This means must, certainly. Okay. 反 turn over. So this is actually a very, very common character, 反. The basic meaning is turn over. And then from that to mean like revolt, rebel, return, opposite, be against, upside down, inside out, in the reverse direction, on the contrary. So to mean those abstract concept, okay? But the original basic meaning is turn over. So the character is okay. So this is it depicts a hand over a cliff, okay, and over a very steep or overhanging cliff, to mean that it's going the opposite and turn around. So basically, when you're facing that kind of cliff, you can't go on. You have to, turn back. "存" means exist. The second meaning is to store, to preserve. So this one is it means has the right side, the lower bottom part, the right lower bottom part is a baby, okay, is a baby, and then the left side depicts a sprouting plant. Okay, so both are young, very tender things, to mean that you gotta take care of them carefully to grow them, to keep them. Okay, so then they extended that to mean existence, to store, to preserve. "兴" rise up, get up, or thrive, prosper, flourish. Let's see, this one is a it's looks like two hands and bring up a bowl, a container. Okay, so basically to mean rise, to bring up. Okay, so you can see that this container has feet. Okay, and looks like 4 hands, I think. Yeah, so 4 hands to kind of bring up, carry a big container. So to mean rise. Okay, to mean rise, to mean bring up. Okay, next one. So this one has another pronunciation, 兴, and that means excitement, interest. Okay, for example, 高兴, just 高兴, high excitement, to mean happy, to mean joy. 趋 means run, walk, okay, hurry off to, incline to, tend to, become. So this is talk about a trend or pursuing something, becoming something. So that's the meaning. Okay. So if you look at that and we talk about the left side, that it means walking. Okay, that always means walking, something related to you move around. Okay, so this looks like the upper part. The upper part means like some grass for cows, things like that. And so it looks like this guy is walking fast to feed the cows, I guess. Okay. Next one. Wang. Wang means die or lose. So this is, I think there should be a knife or something. Yeah. So basically, this is a picture of a knife, but it's a broken knife. And a broken knife is useless, right? And so to mean that is no longer useful, okay? And then to mean die, to mean nothing, to mean disappearing, that kind of thing. So let's see. Okay, so this sentence, 终极必反，存心趋亡。终极必反，终极means you are reaching the very end of things. Okay, 终极 means you complete the whole process and reach the end of it. Now, in Chinese philosophy, they know when you reach to the end of something, that's usually not end of something. Does not mean end of things. It actually means the beginning, the start of something. Okay, it's when you end something, it also is the time to begin something else. Okay, and that something else often the direction will be turn around and go into the opposite direction. So that's what it means. 终极必反. And so this is also a different way of saying the same thing, right? The last sentence talk about strong and weak can turn into each other, right? So this is talk about. So if you observe everything, you will see that anything, any trend or anything that has a direction, it's going somewhere. But when it completes its process, its procedure, and reach the very end of it, and oftentimes or not oftentimes, it will certainly turn around and go into the opposite direction. 存心趋亡. So 存心, and 存 means preserve, right? To store up, to preserve, and 心 means to bring up, to excite it, to bring into prosperity. So this means you are going to the right, the direction that everybody wants to, right? So you're making more money, you become more prosperous, and the stock market goes up. Okay, so this is mean 存心. 趋亡 means the opposite. The trend is going down. Okay, it's dying off. And the stock market is crashed and it's going down. Okay, so this is talk about the opposite direction. So this means it says that everything goes up, eventually it will go down. Okay. Okay, next one. 唯 means only, alone. Okay, only, alone. So there's a bird in there. Okay, so it's a mouse on the left and a bird on the right. Okay, so the original meaning is about to mean that the sound of a response. Okay, so that's why a bird and a mouse. And so you respond. You respond with give a positive response. Okay, so and then somehow it means only. Okay. And 唯 实 means true, dependable, honest, solid, firm. It also means fruit, bear fruit. Means reality, fact, material. Means really, certainly, actually, in fact. So this is basically to mean something real. Okay, not something imaginary. This is the opposite character is 虚. Okay, is we learned in the last sentence is 虚, and so oftentimes we combine these two characters together. Say 虚实, 虚实. 虚实, it's also a phrase that put two opposite state of things together to mean material things, or to mean some situations in its entirety. 虚实, okay, and so a lot of things always has these opposing properties. One part of property is very real, very material, but the other opposite side is not that real. But both sides exist. Sometimes they turn into each other. Okay. So this one, let's look at it. That should be okay. So this picture talks about a house, and then in the middle part is a field. Okay, it's a field. And then the bottom part is talk about a shell. Okay, shell means money in the ancient time, and so this means this household has plenty. So to mean that this guy has plenty, this rich. Okay, and so using that to mean it's very firm, it's sure. Okay, it's material, not something imaginary. 众 means multitude, everyone, everything, many. Okay, general, common. So this is very easy to remember, this one. So basically this is 3 people put together. Okay, literally 3 person together. And so the original character, see 3 person together under the sun. Okay, to mean many people. Okay, and so further extend to mean that common, to mean public. Okay. Ming means name, rank, title, and also means like famous or renowned. 名人, right? 名人 means famous people. Okay. 你叫什么名字? What's your name? So the character is basically it's so top part is part of it is a moon, and the other part is the mouth. Okay, so what happens with these two things? Basically, what it means is moon to mean it's night. Okay, it's dark. You can't see. When you can't see, how do you communicate? You have to use your mouth to call people out. Okay, and so that is to refer to naming something. Okay. Yi means one, first, and then also means single, whole, full, same, or unified. And this is very simple, just one stick to mean it's one, only one, or in its entirety. Okay. Li, li means the properties of matter, inherent order of material things, natural law, standard of right or wrong, natural science, especially like physics. So this word, it's a concept. It's a philosophical concept. Okay, it's talk about the law of things. So another similar character is Dao, right? That character we learned not long ago. And so, because of that, their usage of put these two characters together, like 道理, 道理 to mean the rules or the standards or the way of doing things. Okay, a sensible way of dealing with things. Okay. All right, 万. That's 10,000. Literally means 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Okay. Oh, we didn't look at the word together itself. Okay, so this one, it means that the right side. The right side means okay, so the right side is this part is basically it's field, right? You grow crops. Okay, and then the bottom part is a pile of dirt. So this means some kind of mountain, hill. Okay, next to it has a field, and so and then the left side is jade pieces, and you string them together using a thread, and that basically to mean order of things. Okay, order of things. So put together basically to mean that there's a certain way of live a life. You have to follow it. And so that extended to mean like the natural law or the social law, that kind of thing. Okay. 万 means 10,000. Okay, this one. Okay, so this one I don't know why to mean 10,000. So this is the picture of the original picture. Basically, is a centipede kind of thing. I guess that there are many feet too, so that's why they use this to mean many 10,000. Okay, 方 means cube, square, and also means direction, orientation, and also means a region or locality. Also mean a party, a side. And this one, okay, so this is the original meaning is the handle of a knife. Okay, so I don't know why they extended that to mean locally or direction. I don't know. Okay, that's it. And then we go back to look at that sentence. 为时众民，一里万方. Okay, this means 为 means one, right? The only one. 时 means material things, something real. So 为时众民 means that one material thing oftentimes has many meanings. People refer to using different, call it different name and understand in different ways. Okay, 一里万方 means that even though 万方 means many people from different region, but the way they live life is only one way. Okay, there's a common way of living a life, or the other way saying it is there are common rules or there are common understanding of life that is applicable to people all over the world. Okay, so this is for today. Okay, and I guess it's almost 6, and we're gonna end today's lesson. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. How do we stop? You just stop streaming like here? Okay.